All right. Hello, everybody. Sorry for the delay. Hi, welcome back to our 79th weekly call. I'm your host, Jen McEwen. It is our UpRock weekly call. Tag this week is Run With Maestro. Let's bring up Jesse and Christopher. What's up, Jesse?
Good morning.
Oh, Christopher, you are a
Hello.
Christopher, you look so different.
I was testing out Maestro so hard that I've managed to put myself in an isolated container from which there's no camera access. But it works. At least my voice is getting out. No,
Yeah.
The reality is, you guys may recall last week on the live stream, I had some mystery camera problem, and it decided to recur. I'm just actually, while we're talking here, I'm fiddling around trying to change my cable here. But hopefully that fixes it and I appear in a few minutes. If not, you guys are just going to have disembodied head Chris this evening.
Okay. Just the all-knowing Chris speaking from above. That's cool.
Yeah, you're not reading those AI allegations.
I love that you think if I was an AI, I would be like riding a unicorn with like long wavy hair. That's it. But it's Jesse. It touches me that you say speaking from above and not speaking from below when you hear my voice.
Yeah, man. I thought of you. Well, yeah. Let's see, figure it out. At least the StreamYard fixed itself from last week, because last week was a pretty rough start. So this seems like it's working. Yeah.
Well, they also have a new update here, a layout update. So I'm just getting used to it. If you guys see some weird layouts, it's because I'm still getting used to their updates. But
yeah.
Anyway, how are you guys doing? How's your week?
Oh, well, pretty good week. We just opened source Maestro today or last night.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that in a bit.
Yep. We have 1 month left. What's that, Chris? Go ahead. Sorry.
I was about to say I'm super excited that that's finally out. It's as we like to joke, when something is 90% done, that means 90% of the tasks are still left to do. And it's been a while since we open sourced something, and I forgot how many little things there are to do, from putting an open source license in to getting the installers working on Windows, all that little stuff that you need to do for open sourcing software. So that took, I thought we were going to get it done on like Saturday or Sunday. I ended up taking a couple extra days to get all the little pieces done.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
It was, honestly, it's great. And the feedback's been really good for just first day. We'll probably post it on Hacker News and maybe Product Hunt tonight, and just get a little more exposure to it, because we really want people to just try it out and give us feedback and maybe some pull requests, because I think we haven't done this yet, right, Chris? We want to put maybe a small little roadmaps of things that we want to build for it, and that we want ourselves, but then maybe that might inspire other people to want to help build it too, if they find it useful.
Oh, I have a huge roadmap for it, but that's
cool.
But here's the great thing about open sourcing. I think what we're going to do, by the way, it's funny, Jesse, when you can't see me, you raise your voice and talk at me like I can't see you, and so you have to talk louder for me to hear. But yeah, so what we're going to be working on, right? So the reason we open source this is we said, hey, we think we've built something pretty great, and we want to share this with the community. We want more people to collaborate on it, and so on. And so that's why we open source it. But the things we're going to be working on are the things we actually need for our work. But there are probably a bunch of great ideas that we have, and probably even better ideas that the community has, that they should totally do on the roadmap. I love pull requests. I love people to work on stuff. This is AI native software, right? This is software from the AI age. One of the things, I don't know how many of you hang out on Hacker News a lot, but there was an interesting discussion from a few weeks ago where a bunch of people in the open source community were saying, well, we're just going to have a blanket policy. We're not going to accept any contributions if AI was used in it. And then the discussion kind of devolved, and was like, well, why not? Like, sure, if they're low quality, but what if they're good? Well, we expect people to do the work themselves. Like, okay, no, I hope that people make contributions to this with AI. It's a tool for AI coding. You should make changes to it with AI coding. And this is like, oh, you didn't walk uphill. You took the bus. I think less of you. Hell, you took the bus. I think more of you. You knew the bus existed. You know how to get on.
Yeah. So that's a funny rule to put out there. I mean, so much of because so much what we're building is we have to build now. Well, it depends on what you're building, but so much of what you're building is actually you need to make it really useful for an AI agent. Then that agent can actually be really useful for a human. But it's got to be a tool that the AI agent actually can use.
And what's funny is there is this weird subswath of the programming community, and I do say it's a subswath. It's not super mainstream, but it does seem like it maybe has more overlap with some open source stuff than other parts of the programming community. There's like a weird neo-Ludditism or a weird, I don't know, what are they? Are they the new Amish? Like, we're fine with using a 32 core out of order superscalar CPU and compilers.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, you use an LLM. That's a bridge too far. That's where we draw the line with technology.
Yeah.
I love that your example was like, well, what are they, like the Amish? And then you say something like so technological advanced for like the average person. Those guys don't even wear bright colored buttons.
True.
I do, but that's an aesthetic choice. That's the point I'm making. Is
I get the point though, but it is funny comparison.
Something I don't.
Yeah.
Know.
All right. Well, this is good stuff. Let's talk more about Maestro in that segment. All right. Let's because we got a lot we want to go over with you guys.
Okay.
But I think it's Maestro or Maestro. I always pronounce it wrong. Maestro.
Mm-hmm.
Maestro.
I pronounce it Maestro. I don't claim to be correct, though. I mean,
Let us know, guys. You're listening in. Is it Maestro or Maestro or Maestro or something we don't even know? We're saying it totally.
I just told a horrible lie. I'm always correct. You guys know me.
Chris is always correct. That is true. I've learned this over the last couple of decades.
But
But
it's funny to hear your voice though, Chris, because it's hard to know when you're. I kind of need to see your face to like. It's weird not to see your face.
Because Chris is not really here. Chris has used Maestro.
I have packaged myself into a firewalled container.
Yeah. This is Docker Chris.
All you hear is my thoughts.
This is Docker Chris. Docker Chris.
Yeah.
And if we don't like him, we can turn him down and spin up a new Docker Chris.
Yeah, no, he's not Christopher. He's Chris Docker.
Chris Docker. Yeah, there you go. Oh,
Chris Docker. All right.
That's good.
Okay. All right. Well, this is good stuff. We'll talk more about Maestro, guys, in a minute. But let's get into our agenda this week.
Okay.
Oh, before we do, hang on. Let's say hi to our friends here. First off, Ms. Reika says it's definitely not. Okay. Well, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Reika.
Maestro.
Maestro. Okay, it's Maestro. There we go. Anyway, good morning, everyone. Chandan, it's good to. I highlighted the wrong one, but it's also good to see you, many adventurers. But who do we have here? I just saw Chandan. What's up, Chandan? Good to see you.
Yo.
Douglas. Benny. What's up, Benny? Is one of our wonderful ambassadors in Nigeria. Sasha mentioned that there seems to be 2 links that had come out, or I'm sorry, we mentioned, but Sasha was asking about it. But there apparently, guys, are 2 links that seem to have come out generated from StreamYards. So if you are watching on desktop, I've highlighted the link here for folks on desktop. Please follow that.
Huh.
Wait, is this because their new update supports like vertical streaming and horizontal streaming? But so it's actually just making 2 different YouTube streams?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe stories can go live vertically. So it's called multi-aspect ratio streaming, aka Mars.
Yeah, so we could do this. I don't know if anyone watching can see the 2 differences, but okay. I think what's going on is, if you're watching on a phone, you see it vertically.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's keep them both on. We'll see what happens, because and let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat, guys, if you're on mobile, because we're gonna test this out. This new layout from StreamYard. We're testing out the vertical layout. So let us know in the chat if it gets all wonky when we start sharing screens. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna start sharing slides as we usually do. So let us know if it gets wonky, and I'll turn that off. Anyway, great. Always new stuff. Everybody's shipping this month, not just us. StreamYard shipping.
Yeah, the comments are different. Okay. Well, good to know, because we always see it from one side. Okay. See, now I could see how it looks a little bit different on vertical. Anyway, very interesting. We'll figure out how to use this. I like to see that there's updates coming with StreamYard, because we want to do more stuff on this stream, guys. Like, we want to do things like giveaways, live polls, stuff like that. So to see that they're making some changes, because then we can, especially with the badges when that comes out, that'd be fun to give out live on the chat. Yeah.
Speaking of which, Servaz, I know you're here this week. just as a reminder for last week, since we had the almost 20-minute delay, not our fault. It was speed issues with StreamYard, I believe, and YouTube, all of them. Twitter. Yeah. Oh, not StreamYard. I shouldn't blame StreamYard. Twitter, YouTube, all that. We thought we would give a badge for anyone who was with us through that 20 minutes. So we'll work on that, guys. Okay, let's get into the week. Also, real quick, I apologize, guys. I might be coughing during this. So I'm still getting over a cold.
Yeah.
So Jesse and Chris, I'm gonna.
You sound fine, and a little bit of whiskey always helps me.
Oh, I have just well, okay, it's not as hardcore. I just got barley tea, green tea, and barley tea with ginger. Yeah, I'm not hardcore. One of these days, I'll be a tough guy. All right, let's get into our street. Let's get into our weekly call. Okay, here's how it looks on vertical. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's funny.
Maybe we'll have to work on how we present the slides here, because that doesn't look so nice on vertical. Anyway, guys, here we go. It's our 79th weekly call. It is Run With Maestro or Maestro or however you like to pronounce it in your neck of the woods. And child, it's Chile week.
Woohoo!
Very excited. Okay, let's get into our agenda.
And I bet Chris has been to Chile, right, Chris?
Chile, I have been to quite a bit. Chile's a wonderful country.
Yeah, I knew it. You've been almost everywhere. Yeah, I'd love to go too.
I have been statistically to just over half of everywhere. But Chile, I used to, because years ago when I was working for the observatory, obviously a bunch of telescopes down there. So I've actually not just been to business cities in Chile, I've actually been up the mountains a couple times.
Oh, nice. Do you have 1 million miles flown already?
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
Can I have some of your sweet miles?
Well, they don't just let you always have 1 million miles. You spend them over the years. They tell you how many you've flown in total, right? But they don't actually just give you that many all at once.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like any one airlines where you actually have the award, the million. Like
not all on a single airline.
Yeah.
I'm close on 2 airlines actually.
Oh, nice. Cool.
And if you add them all together, it's well more than that. But
fun fact, everybody, Chris actually has a license to fly. He's a licensed pilot, and so sometimes when he visits us in Seattle, we rent a small little plane and takes us up to a nice little lunch date, have some sandwiches in the San Juan Islands, and come back and work. It's pretty awesome. That's a nice perk of a friend to have.
He sure knows how to impress a girl and a guy.
Yeah.
And a guy and a guy and a guy and a guy and a girl and a girl. How many of there are now? He should have had a whole lot of guys and a handful of girls.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I'm quarantined in a container now.
You're just too sexy. All right. Okay, guys. So this is our agenda this week. It's Chile week. We're going to talk about Breakpoint. We're preparing for Breakpoint.
Yep.
Prepare for Breakpoint.
Prepare for battle.
We're gonna talk more about Maestro. We have some product updates. We'll do Q&A, and then we're out of here. Guys, so if you have any questions, if you have any questions, we like to do some Q&A at the end. So please pop them in the chat. If you put them in Discord, I'll check Discord before about halfway through to make sure I got everything. But at this point, if you haven't asked in Discord, just put it in the chat, because that's probably the best place for us to find it. And we will answer the questions at the end, unless, of course, it's pertinent to the conversation at hand. And we'll get to it, the right time.
Cool.
All right. First up, it is Country Week is Chile. So this week, starting on the 10th all the way to the 17th, so you have about 4 more days, or 3, depending on where in the world you are. You're getting double your earnings for contributing to the D-Pins. And there's nothing you got to do. You just got to keep the app running in the background.
Press the button.
Just press the button.
You
don't even have to press the button, Jesse, because we got rid of it, remember?
Oh, do we? As long as you're in the location, yeah.
Yeah,
the button presses itself now.
Yeah, the button presses, It's like that. I feel like that almost feels like philosophical.
It's like AI for button. The button knows when to press itself.
What is your purpose?
Takes matters into its own hands.
If we were at a conference in San Francisco this week, we would literally describe that as AI button. We wouldn't be like, we just yeah, we just decided to get rid of the button because we already know. We'd be like, it's AI button. It pushes it.
It's like the Rick and Morty. What is your purpose? I butter the toast. I push the button.
You can't make me laugh too much here, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh God, sorry.
Chile. Yeah. So congrats to the Chile community. Besides Mexico, I have not done any South America country. So that is like a huge bucket list for us. We need to, I know Mexico's not really South America, but
not at all.
All of South America we have never done. So that is an entire bucket list for me, that entire continent. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to just speak up for all the Mexicans because they're like, what? We are not even, they're North America.
Yeah.
It's not even Central America. I'll tell you what though, what I want to do in Chile or Argentina, either one really. I don't know if you guys saw this. Now I'm reaching back. Usually we talk about social media stuff. By the way, Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, K-pop Demon Hunters, and social media. But, I don't know if you guys saw this a few weeks ago. Jesse, you gave me the setup for this, and we didn't even plan this in advance. This is great. But did you see there was this kid who's like 19 that was trying to fly to like every country on Earth, and he was flying from like southern Chile to southern Argentina, like the very tips down at the bottom of this map, right? It's like 150 miles or something like that, and obviously they wouldn't give him a landing permit for Antarctica because he had a tiny little plane and himself, and he was like 19 or something. Anyway, he just landed in Antarctica and he was like, oops, I got lost and went the wrong way. He like left from southern Chile and just landed in Antarctica, like, oops, I'm lost. I went the wrong way.
He just kept going. Like he went all the way.
He's like, I got my bad, guys. I got lost. That's why I flew to Antarctica, even though you very specifically told me not to. So
he survived that. I guess there's a couple of small airports to land and refuel. I'm sure there is, right?
Not really. It's complicated. Anyway, that's a different discussion. But mostly it was just like he's going from like two places that are right next to each other on this map to. And he's like, I flew 600 miles to Antarctica by accident.
Yeah,
Antarctica is pretty close, though, right, to Chile?
Pretty close, but it's still a long way.
I wonder how
it's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
That does seem to be the prevailing point of view with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wonder how the history of the Chile map was formed. I feel like people started going south or north, and they're like, let's go right. And like, oh, that's crazy. Let's keep going north. And it did that all the way up.
Well, I mean, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say they're just like walking down the beach, thinking, "Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, this is nice.
This is nice too. Oh, this is really nice. Oh, this whole beach is nice."
Whatever's on the
took the whole beach.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so I think the answer is actually much more geographical, because you got to remember the spine of the Andes is pretty much along the border between Chile and Argentina, and it is, having been up those mountains a few times with the benefit of modern technology and in a modern vehicle and stuff. It is a long drag up a long dirt road up those mountains. And that's with modern technology. I mean, I think despite the fact that some of the indigenous people in those areas are physically sort of remarkable and have the ability to live at those altitudes and stuff like that, they're not very hospitable. There's a reason why people didn't really settle in the spine of the Andes. There's not much rain or any rain. There's not much agriculture. There's not many creatures there. So I mean, it's interesting. As with so many things, geography still usually dictates national borders, at least to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Cool. I would love to see it. I mean, I've heard the food. At least the food that I've had up here sounds amazing. Chimichurri, love that. That's from Chile, right? Chimichurri, or is that Argentinian? Or is that all over?
They have good. I think we've had Chilean empanadas before. They have like this meat and corn like casserole thing in a clay. That's pretty good. Had that. I forgot the name of it.
Here's the thing you need to know about Chile. It's where pisco comes from. And if you've never had a pisco sour, it's kind of like a caipirinha, but a little bit different, but delicious. It's like a better mojito, kind of, but different. But,
yeah.
I definitely drink a lot of pisco in Chile.
I stand corrected. Chimichurri is from Argentina, Uruguay, and Brazil and Paraguay. But I do know that Chile has great meat. I mean, just down there, they just have great beef, really good meat there. So I would love to try it sometime. We have to go. And, we're doing, I don't know, we're a global community. So maybe we actually make good on our threats and visit these nations.
I'm curious actually. I mean, I'm curious what Web3 or AI events are in the cities there, and what community. I wonder if any Solana communities are actually in Chile. If anyone in the chat know about this stuff, definitely let us know. Because I'm pretty sure there's Solanas everywhere, or Web3 communities are everywhere in general.
Yeah. I bet there's a bunch.
Yeah,
I bet. Yeah. Cool. All
right,
guys. Well, Chile, it's your week. You got double your earnings, and there's nothing you got to do aside from keeping the app running in the background. So you're doubling your earnings from contributing to the DPIN, to the UpRock network. And there's a couple of tips. One, turn on notifications, especially if you're on iOS, because iOS tends to kill the apps in the background. So we'll send you a notification periodically, or at iOS, if it's been killed, that you just need to open the app to start it up again. There's nothing you gotta do, just open the app to start it up. 2, make sure you have good internet connection so you avoid disruptions. 3, install the home screen widgets. That's both on Android and iOS. So just go to the settings section. You'll see an area to install the widgets and how to do that. But you don't have to do that. You could just long hold your home screen and it will pop up for a widget that you can put on your home screen. That way you could just see very quickly at a glance how your device is performing and what your earn rate is and all that stuff. And while you're at it, I also suggest you can boost your earn rate. You could do some rocket boosts. And so those are daily tasks that you can complete every day. Things like play a game, answer a survey, stuff like that. And you increase your boost rate. And so that is very sensible to do when it is at any time, but especially if it is if you're in the country of the week. So highly encourage you to do that.
Yep.
All right, Chile, go have fun. All right, now let's move on, guys. We have the team has been very busy with a lot of things, but also on top of that, planning for our next big get together.
Yeah,
we're all over the world. And
less than a month.
Yep, a couple times a year we like to get together, and they usually tend to center around an event, such as coming up Solana Breakpoint in Abu Dhabi. So December 11 through 13, the team will be in Abu Dhabi to see each other and hopefully to see you guys, everyone listening, and just meet a lot of people and see a lot of people again, catch up. But let's all hang out, guys. We're really excited about this.
Some of us are actually going a few days earlier to catch the last race for the F1, which is on the same island as actually Breakpoint. So it's going to be crazy busy just a weekend before it. Like Ridvan's going to be there. So if anyone's going to be there a little bit early, attending the event, but also checking out F1, definitely don't be shy and DM us, because we love to hang out. And then after F1, go right into networking and the whole Breakpoint event. It's actually kind of piggybacks each other. So and Breakpoint, this is probably one of the best, if not the best, crypto event. I think I've been to many crypto events, and the Breakpoint has been my favorite. It's they usually are pretty good about logistics too. Try to keep the conference in one area and all the after parties and all the side events in the general same area. Because the worst thing you can do, especially when it's a busy city, is you spend 2 hours a day just in the car or Uber rides. That sucks. So they do a pretty good job of keeping it pretty central. And then at the nights, there's a lot of cool events. And it's just great. So it's a good way to end the year, solidify any deals you've been working on for the rest of the year, and then kick off 2026 in a great way. So yeah. So Kurdivan's gonna be there. He's super excited. He loves F1. Yep. And then after and I think maybe half our team's gonna be there, and hopefully we can meet we'll meet Super Team, we'll meet the Solana Foundation folks. A lot of our DPIN partners are gonna be there. A lot of folks have been talking to about using that have been testing our crawler API. They're gonna be there. A lot of companies who are representing Web3 and AI are going to be there. So I think it's going to be a really good event for UpRock, actually. And Chris is flying in from Romania with Diana, and a few folks are coming from Turkey. Tim is coming in actually from US too, as well as Jen and I. And so we're going to represent hard, rocking in deep, And so It's going to be a pretty great event.
I can't
Get
believe
your,
it's only
get your passport.
get your passport, get your visas.
Yeah, I got 1 month.
I can't believe that it's only in a month. Less than a month. That's crazy. It's gonna go by so fast.
Yeah. So
Do you know
we're.
what the weather's like right now there? Is it gonna be really hot?
I think it's just pleasant. Actually, I was there last year, wintertime. It was pleasant. Not crazy. Yeah. It'll be nice. What else? And then we're prepping for it. So obviously we want to be there to show off Insight Stacks, everything we're working on. And so we have 1 month to just get there, and we're setting us up some meetings early. We're going to go there to actually pitch what we've been building and what we've been cooking on for the past few months. So I think we're going to blow people's mind with Insight Stacks. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
That's a big thing. We're super pumped about that.
Yeah.
This is like this is what we've been cooking on for the past few months. Like we told you guys, it's been hard.
A little bit of
the technical hurdles
a few weeks ago.
What's that?
We've previewed some of that on the stream a few weeks ago, the Insight Stacks, but we're going to be showing more of that in the coming weeks. Yeah,
because there were some huge challenges, technical challenges that we've had to overcome, that we have overcome. So a big part of the magic is solved, and so now we can actually show off the magic, and it's good timing. So we have a month left to like really wrap it up, make it really nice, and then we're going to show some customers and show the Solana Foundation and a few partners. I think they're going to be really super impressed what we're building. So I'm pretty pumped to kind of end the year off strong here. So it'd be awesome. Yeah, exactly. Cream on the cake, man.
100%. Drew remembers Breakpoint back in the 90s when it was more surf punks and cypherpunks. A lot of celebrities were there, like Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves, but we called it Point Break. No.
I'm so glad somebody made that connection. God, Point Break, such a good movie.
So good. Yeah.
You know what? I've actually never seen it.
What?
You guys want to
Jesse?
Oh my God!
You guys want to be shocked again?
At least.
I've also never seen Gone with the Wind.
Okay.
I've also never seen.
You're not of that generation, though. So
well, how do you know, young man? I also have never seen Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, what the fuck? That's crazy.
What is wrong? What?
I don't know what's wrong, guys.
Well, I will tell you this. There are two movies that people are surprised I haven't seen. But what I realized is, honestly, True Lies was the last good James Cameron movie. So I haven't watched a single movie he's made after that. That means no Titanic, no Avatar, none of that stuff.
You haven't
so
seen
yeah.
Avatar.
True Lies? Oh yeah, with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Avatar with Arnold Schwarzenegger, I would see.
You want to have sex with my hair?
Yeah. I can't do his accent.
Yeah, the long hair has sex with the trees. Yeah, with his hair.
Reagan just tells me to just hang up and go blame the internet. Jesse's face earlier was like, just leave, just go.
Tomorrow, just do the public apology tour on Twitter and be like, so, I need to come clean. I took some Ambien and I didn't realize it was going to interact with my cough syrup. So everything I said last night, and then just don't link back to this. Just leave it there and let people imagine what you're apologizing for.
Yeah, like Ambien doesn't make me racist. It makes me like oblivious to film.
What you need to take, Jen, is take a lot of Tylenol so I become autistic, and so you just go through those films quickly.
Right. Well, I do have ADHD, so I take my ADHD pills, medications, my los drogas, and watch it. You know what? It's probably a good idea to do that because I am still recovering from being sick for 2 weeks almost. So maybe I could do that. However, guys, you know what? Here's what happened yesterday. I'm working, and I'm coughing up a fit, hacking up my lung. Jesse comes in the room. He's like, okay, so Insight Stacks. And then he goes on for like an hour about, we had an impromptu meeting, and goes on about an hour for the roadmap for Insight Stacks. And I'm like, okay. So maybe I can't really relax, and I should just do that instead.
That's okay. I'm not sure if he got me before or after you, but he called me at like 12:45 in the morning. Like, you still up? Yeah, I am now. Because Insight Stacks, and then at like 2:15, no, at 2, I'm like, I'm going to bed now, and at 2:15, I'm sitting in bed. I'm like, Bye.
Oh, yeah, that's
You know
his
what?
thing.
I don't like this Docker version of Chris. I'm going to turn this Docker version off and let's spin up a new one.
You don't like the insights in this one?
Yeah, this is a horrible insights. I'm going to spin up a new Docker. Chris Docker.
Oh, he really did. Chris, what? Did you really get rid of him?
Yeah, don't worry. I cloned him. He'll be back in a second. Yeah.
Oh, gosh,
Or I should say a cat.
it's just, guys, it's just me and Jesse now. Oh, no. Well, you can't do anything about me. I'm analog, baby. That is such a Jesse CEO thing to do. It's just a CEO thing to do. Like, you're done. You're fired.
Chris too. Good. Chris too is here.
Chris too is here.
All right. Let's see if this
Guys,
one's better.
wow, live stream. Boy, I'm really late this year.
Yeah.
How's the stream been going? Sorry I'm so late. I don't know what
Thanks
happened.
for joining. Hey, thanks for joining.
I think I'm having some kind of camera problems. I guess I've locked myself inside of a Maestro container. Hey, did we mention yet that we released Maestro? What's going on?
Yeah, well, thanks for joining. We just started.
We did.
Yeah, you're just in time, man. Perfect timing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Great. Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
So this is the one that's more agreeable to you, Jesse? This is
I pre-training to it. You know?
Why would I ever be disagreeable?
Exactly.
Jesse is our great leader, and everything Jesse says is correct.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought you were from South Korea, Jesse.
Huh?
I thought you were from South Korea.
Yeah.
Well,
every great CEO takes credit for everything that's good, you know? So, yeah.
Well, of course, every great CEO should take credit. It is the CEO's actions that cause the things to happen.
Right. Wow, I really pre-trained this one. Great. This Chris Docker is awesome. Let's keep it up. Maximum Chris Docker. Version 2 is excellent.
You know how, well, Chris Docker, you know, if you're a GPT, the phrase that you would say to Jesse to prove it.
That's a great idea. I should tell you the phrase that I should say to you.
What do you mean by insight?
Here's 3 suggestions for phrases I might say to you.
Do you ever wake up in a cold sweat and just think insight stacks?
You're absolutely
as a disembodied Docker container, I do not sleep. But if I did, I would absolutely wake up in a cold sweat thinking insight stacks.
Yeah.
Insight stacks are the future.
Thank you. Right. Great.
Okay, this is great.
Move on, Jen. This is a good one. Chris 2 is great.
Okay. So you're satisfied with this model?
Yeah,
okay.
Let's
go on. We can move on. Okay, guys. So Breakpoint, we'll see you guys there. We'll be there December 11th to 13th, maybe even a few days earlier to catch F1, at least some of us. So let us know if you're going to be there so we can all meet up.
Yeah,
and we got to get started on our merch. So we got to get some merch printed. So,
we should do that before Thanksgiving. So
we'll probably print it out in Turkey or
that's true.
We don't have to do it here because
that's true.
It's taiguela in America.
Yeah,
which means too expensive in Chinese. All right, moving on. We talked about this earlier, but let's get into this some more. Sorry, guys. We were talking about Maestro at the top of the stream.
Yep.
Hang on, I'm about to cough. Jesse, take it over, please. Or Chris Docker.
Yeah, Chris Docker. I mean, you're the one that pushed the button today, so the honor is yours to talk about what you added and what's the latest in the open source repo.
Well, I did not push the button. Our great leader pushed the button simply using no, never mind. Can't do it. Yeah, I pushed the button today. I pushed the big button and it was awesome. We open source Maestro. So everyone, rather than just showing this off on my screen, because I don't have to anymore, go to github.com/up.com and look on our open source repos. And right there, you'll see Maestro. Not to sound too much like a YouTuber here, but go ahead and give us a star and a follow, which really helps make the repo more, a lot more visible on GitHub.
Yep.
Helps get this out there. But let's go ahead and talk through real quick what Maestro does. So, for people who are programmers, and so some feedback I got a couple of weeks ago when we showed this off was that I used too many big words and didn't really explain it well enough. So you can see an example window of this right here. This allows you to have multiple AIs all running in their own sandbox, all running at the same time. And so right now, it's really hard to have 2 different AIs working on the same code. because it's like having two cooks in the kitchen, don't both trying to use the same stove at the same time. They're reaching over each other. Somebody needs to turn off one burner. Somebody needs to turn the other burner on. They're throwing things. They're doing the Salt Bay thing. Salt's going everywhere. It's a mess.
Mm-hmm.
And it also means that you can't take advantage of one of the best things about AI, which is when you don't like the AI, you just boot it and spin up instance number 2, and hopefully it's better and friendlier. And that's what you can do with Maestro. So Maestro generates sandboxes. We use Docker containers for those who care, but completely isolated sandboxes. So you can give the AI permission to change files without worrying that it's going to delete some important file. Because after all, if it messes up, you just delete the container and try again. You can start 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 instances of the same task at the same time. And you can use another container to evaluate the results and see which one did the best implementation or the most promising looking implementation before you go review it yourself. You can have it do pull request reviews, run tests, perform merges, all that kind of stuff, all right there in the background, all in isolated sandboxes, and all running right there on your local machine. This isn't running in the cloud. This is running on your machine, which the cloud's great, and for a lot of use cases, it is the right answer. But for a lot of things, especially code, it's a lot faster, a lot more responsive, and just a lot more convenient to run it right on the laptop. So anyway, we built this. This is the tool that we have been using to accelerate our development. This is the tool that we have been using in order to make UpRock happen.
Yep.
And well, no, UpRock happens for load. This is one of the tools we have been using in order to build up. And so we decided to open source it because we thought, wow, this is a pretty good tool. We've seen some other people talk about things like this. I'm sure other people have built some things like this, but they're not sharing them. They're keeping them private. We decided, this is something we want to share with the world. So give it a star, give it a follow on GitHub. Check it out. If you're a developer. It runs on Windows too, as well as Linux and Mac, of course.
Yep.
And then if you're not a developer, if you're just interested in UpRock, as we've shown off a little bit before, we'll be showing off more in the coming weeks. This is this concept, this kind of isolation and remixing engine is a really important part of what we're using to build our insight stacks, which is our product that's built on top of crawler. So now that we have the core crawler out, it's time for us to really start building better and more derived products on top of that. And for that purpose, we are using AI agents in isolated containers to be able to run multiple things at the same time, to remix them, to share them, to fork them. So that's this is our flag on the hilltop, and we're saying, hey, here's something good, and here it is for the whole world.
Yep. And what's pretty cool about, so like Chris said, Cloud Code have a cloud version of this. If you guys like an IDE, Cursor, a lot of them have, like, they just launched a multi-agent version of the Cursor app. But a lot of people like to actually use a terminal. So this is actually a really good quality multi-agent tool for folks who like to use the terminal. And if you're used to Cloud Code, it's just going to feel right at home. If you're used to Docker, it's going to just feel very familiar with you. Chris made a really awesome tutorial to get you started. A lot of times we've seen some things out there kind of like putting pieces together, but there was still a lot of hand-holding or setup costs. And because we were using it internally and using it so often, we just wanted to make it easy for ourselves, which Chris did. And now it's in a good place where we can share it with everybody. So that's pretty cool. And like he said, he has a couple of roadmaps. So maybe, hey, Chris, maybe share a couple roadmap ideas. I mean, we do have, you also built a pull request, like a bot that can just do reviews of different branches.
Yeah. So some of the examples of things so that's great. Some of the examples of things we're using it for that aren't in the open source version yet, because some of these things are tied a little bit too close to the rest of our code base. But we'll be making some of them open, and I encourage other people to do this. We have a whole pull request review process. So for those who don't know, a pull request is like, hey, you finished making a bunch of changes to the code, and you wanna get ready to ship them to our wonderful community. And so before we do that, we try to really make sure that things are working well by not just shipping it out on a Friday night with no review. We do a review process where we ask our colleagues to review our own work, and that goes for everybody. That goes for me. I don't typically push code without having it reviewed unless it's a super emergency. But now, even when I've got to push something really fast, we have this great multi-step pull request review process, kind of similar to GitHub's Copilot reviews, but more tailored for our workflow and what we are really looking for. And we can run it in Maestro containers. So we can run multiples at the same time. We can run one on every push or every pull request that's opened, even drafts. It's actually amazing to be able to have taken a lot of our specific styles, a lot of the things that we do as a team, and to build these into an AI agent that we can then run in Maestro. Another one that we'll typically have that we've been doing a lot of is for helping us implement new features, especially it's like data processing and stuff like that, where we can kind of define the inputs and outputs. I'm a big believer that the best way to define the inputs and outputs is in code. And then we can ask it to fill in the middle, and it'll do a pretty decent job. But another example of a new feature that I'd like to add to Prism right now, I often do that with by starting several different containers, asking them each to go, and then starting. Usually, I do 3, and then I start a 4th container and ask it to evaluate the results of each of the other 3 and tell me which one looks the best, and then I'll go review that one manually. But it would be really nice if there was just like one button to start that whole process to spam it out, because right now you have to click start 3 times and then you have to click start a 4th time and tell each one what to do. So we can get even better at that. We're starting to see, the other thing I'd really like to add, now we're getting into some very specific programmer stuff, but one of the things I've seen a lot lately is people talking about building great tools for robots. And let me give you one simple example of this. All of the programmers listening will instantly know what I'm talking about. So let me think of a good analogy for let me think of a good analogy for the kitchen or something like that. But we needed to change a package name, like literally just the folder that a particular piece of code was in. But there were 30 or 40 files in there. Now look, an AI can do that, and the way an AI could do that is sort of like it's sort of like peeling an apple by hand, or a box of apples by hand. It sits there with a knife and it peels each apple one at a time. And it's good at it. It does it. But it takes even for an AI, it takes a really long time. It uses a lot of context. But here's the thing. We live in a world where we live in a world where an apple peeler exists. And the apple peeler is a piece of off-the-shelf coding tools like VS Code or JetBrains or something like that. That's amazing at this. It has a one-click button to do that. Only using static analysis tools. It's 100% reliable or close to it. And so this is a great example. If you ask an AI to do this, or you tell an AI, hey, we need to rename this package, it's going to do it the manual way, because that's the only way it knows. And yet, it's amazing that it's capable of that, because no tool before has ever been capable of that. And yet it doesn't need to do all that manual work, because we live in a world where we have 50 years of programming tool development behind us. And so there are great tools for some of these tests, tools that are incredibly quick and fast and reliable. And we need to be building better tools for AI to do that. And so Maestro is an example of one of these tools, but I want to make it easier to build more tools like this in, where when you ask for certain types of tasks, where you don't need the almost intelligence that an AI exhibits, but rather you just need to be calling a deterministic tool a bunch of times, the AI is using that tool. It will get better reliability, it will get better performance, and it will be much less likely to make mistakes and go off the rails. So that's really, I tell Jesse this all the time. I think the real trick with getting the most out of AI is to use as little AI as possible to complete your task. It's like the icing on a cake. A cake with no icing is pretty boring. I definitely like my cake with a nice, delicious layer of espresso icing on it. But boy, a cake that's made only out of icing, that has no cake, is missing a certain something as well. And so you got to balance it. Just because an AI can do something, if there's a classical or a traditional way of doing it that is more reliable or faster, then you should do that.
Oh, Chris, speaking of tools built for AI agents, but a good blend. So this is actually a great example of this. So you have Maestro, you can have Maestro write code, review code. One thing that's actually missing is verification, and making sure that the code didn't break your site, didn't break production. And so what happens today is that last step, you usually go to like a staging site. Staging site is like your temporary site that no one can see but the team. It's not live yet before it goes to production, which means it's a live site. That's what those terms mean. So you might want, so what happens is, you might have the AI write the code, review the code, and then the team will check it to see if it actually didn't break anything. What's that mean? Usually you check the branch and then load it. And if you don't even actually check the code, most humans are a little boring, or not boring, a little lazy at first. So they don't even check the code. They just look at the site. Does it even load? If it doesn't load, like, hey man, it's not even loading. I'm not going to check your code. Like fix that first, like the bare minimum. And so if it doesn't even load, or something's slow, then you ask the AI to check again, or the human that's doing the work check again. Then when it actually loads, then you might actually do a proper code review and launch it. So that's a whole step, that verification step, that is actually missing for a tool that an AI can actually verify that a site is working. Well, by the way, we have a deep and power uptime service that can actually fill in that missing gap. So a Maestro AI agent can use our uptime tool. So before it sends to a human, say final review, I'm going to ping the UpRock network and do a global sweep. And actually now with the last Android release, we can get back uptime metrics, page speed metrics, like how fast the page loaded, not just whether
DNS metrics, TLS metrics, all that kind of stuff.
Screenshots, like from every major region and country on Earth. Like we can get 35 screenshots from 5 devices in all 7 regions. So you get all that back. Now that part is like deterministic. We know exactly how to get those things done. Those are task-based jobs. That AI is delivering those jobs. We have a program that does that, system that does that. But the cool part that AI balance is when you get 35 screenshots and all those logs. Now AI, it's very cheap for AI to just review 35 images, all of them baked in, have this multimodal ability, and be like, oh wow, 5 of them are blank screen over here, or these 5 actually missing the change that I just, missing the image that I just changed, so something's wrong there. Or you can be like, oh, all 35 are perfect, this is good. So now it's ready to go, ready for the final human to like give the nod and review it. So that verification tool of sending it to real-time, real devices and say, hey, is the code I just pushed, did that look good? Did it break anything? No, cool. Send it back and verify it's good.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This takes testing to a place that it really, for a lot of years, testing hasn't been possible like this, because the most you could do with testing would be, unit tests, which is testing stuff. That's like testing, hey, does 2 + 2 = 4 in our calculator? Yeah, 2 + 2 always equals 4. But what has been really hard to do is, how does our calculator work on a plane, on a train, with a goat in the rain? What else is from Green Eggs and Ham? Would you in the dark? Would you whatever? Anyway, Green Eggs and Ham, everybody. But exactly, that kind of testing all around the world on real devices has been borderline impossible until now. There have been a few companies that can do a little bit of that, typically for huge prices, but yeah, this is now available and accessible to everyone. So exactly, when a Maestro container is done implementing a feature, when a Maestro container is done pushing a fix or changing something in the UI or anything like that, you can push this to a staging site or even to a production site, and then ask the uptime network to go out around the world, have a bunch of real devices tested out. So it's not just, for those who have never pushed software, you have this sort of sense sometimes that like, well, I think it's pretty good, I hope it's pretty good, we'll find out. And with UpRock, you can find out. It's not the unknown. You can find out right now, the moment you make that software live.
And by the way, what's cool about, so next, how we scale this crazy in the world of an AI, future AI internet, is with enabling permissionless payments. There's a whole protocol called X402 where agents are going to be able to just, if it finds a protocol or API it really needs to get a job done, a tool it needs, it's going to be able to pay for that tool real quickly, instant settlement, and then do that action. So right now, I think last year the stats were like 250,000 websites are produced every day. That's not even every day, the commits and the constant checking and staging. They're just hundreds of thousands of people. And that's just going to multiply exponentially as agents are going to do a lot of code reviews and deploys. And imagine a world where we make it so frictionless, where an agent needs to just, hey, I just did a change today, I'm going to use UpRock Network, I know how to pay for it with UPT, stablecoin, do a swap, and I'm going to send for a couple pennies, I'm going to do a real quick global device sweep, get some screenshots, get some page metrics, get some page speed, get some uptime stats, and then I can evaluate it, and it just be part of the agent's workflow, this deployment workflow. And if that happens, we make that frictionless. The uptime product powered by the UpRock community will be the de facto way of like, how do you verify that your code is good in the wild, on real devices, on real mobile devices? And so this is really the next step to scale. It's like, we wanted to make it easy for an AI agent to find our API, find our uptime product, and then also know how to access it with the MCP. Here's the instructions how to use it, and then make it really easy to make it part of your workflow, so that for the hundreds of thousands of sites that are being committed and deployed every day, that we're part of that deployment flow.
We can be part of that deployment workflow for every single push that everybody makes. Anybody makes.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty awesome. So that's a good mix of AI and actual deterministic programs. Like this is the job that's going to be executed. But then the evaluation part that used to cost a lot, AI can actually just literally can see images and determine things now. Just and it's got that part's getting cheaper and cheaper too. So
that's very good. Well, guys, so here's the link again. It's on GitHub. It's github.com/uprock.com Maestro.
Yep.
Please go check it out. I'm checking right now, and I see the starred number. It's increasing. I'd like to see that continue to grow as we certainly as we're on the live. So let's see if we can get some more on that. And we got some forks and some watches. So that's nice to see a fork already.
Cool.
Yeah, this is going to be really great. You know, also just even for people who are, oh, I love it, Sasha, big brains magic. Yes, this is a Sensei Sensation is where my show.
Sensei and Maestration, something like that.
Sensei,
Mine, not men. Mine.
A little close to menstruation, so I stick with sensation.
Yeah, it's like a menstruation and masturbation.
Yeah, all the Asians. It's a sensation is Maestro.
And so even if you're not a developer, please feel free to drop by our GitHub page and drop a star on here. Hopefully we love the community so much, and if you guys can take a moment to do that, that will help make it more visible on GitHub and make it more visible for other developers to discover it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you brought that up because, we're in the age of vibe coding. And so there's a lot of people who are learning, who are not programmers, are not developers or coders, and are learning now. And sorry, and having this, this multi-container with Maestro, you guys were saying you can, if you make a mistake, it's okay. You can just delete that and then, container and, continue going. And so it's kind of like learning how to drive in a old stick shift Ford or in a new Tesla. It's like it kind of saves you from making bad mistakes. So if you do make a mistake, you have these safeguards. Because if you do make a mistake here, that's okay. You can still continue your work on the other containers.
Mm-hmm.
So as there's more people who are vibe coding and getting into learning how to becoming or writing code or vibe coding themselves.
Yep.
Either way, they're getting into it.
Yep.
This is a great way to, as you're learning, it's a great tool to use because it saves you from making some catastrophic. It could save you from catastrophic mistakes in your code by segmenting it or siloing things off. So
exactly.
You don't have to delete the whole project or start over because if you're new, you don't really know what you're doing. And so, you'd be tempted to just start all over and you waste all that time. You don't have to. You can just...
That happens. You let something run and you keep saying, I think a lot of people have this experience when you're vibe coding, like, that doesn't look good, do better. You get lazy with the prompts, right? And you just kept running, let it run. And it actually ends up touching a bunch of folders you don't want and files you don't want. And you can spend waste a lot, and also to hold you back. That's the other thing, and hold you back. You don't want to touch the folder now because the agent's all over the place, and so you kind of
that's one of the biggest things is in theory. When these are used right, they're a huge performance enhancer because you can have it off fixing some little issue or doing some tedious task that just requires lots of relatively simple but repetitive work. But the problem is if it's doing that in your folder, then what I saw myself doing, what I saw some of the other people in the team doing was, okay, well, we're waiting for it to finish running because but why? I know what I want to be working on at the same time. I just need it. I need it to have its own copy of the code and be in a safe sandbox so that I can work on stuff while it's running in the background and then just periodically pop in and see how it's doing.
Yep. Mm-hmm. The other thing that's great for everyone out there, if you have your own startup, it really takes, it's a really good exercise to figure out how to get your team to work with multiple agents and think of different workflows. Because if you can do it yourself with your own team, then you're also thinking better about how to build tools for the future. And so that's when we think about insight stacks, like to really provide a lot of great value to a person, to a human, that actually today with software, it actually needs to be built for the AI agent because the AI agent is actually working on behalf of the human, but it needs to be tooled for the agent. The agent needs to be able to find our tools easy, access them, know how to use them properly with as permissionless ability as possible. And so, and when that happens, then it's going to unlock. When that happens, then you have a magic moment for the human, like, wow, that AI agent did something awesome for me, saved me time and money. And when that happens, then it unlocks even more creativity from the human side, because the human's like, wow, what else can I do now? You know, so our job now is to not only make ourselves as a team work better with AI agents as a collaboration, as us, as the maestro, as the conductor, but also how we build our tools. It really helps us think about building better tools for the AI agents. So it's really, I think, it's a shift in mindset how you build, and how we just be more efficient overall. And it's fun. It's really exciting that things just kind of work together. And like, I haven't had this much fun coding for like a while, because you know things move so fast and you have to learn new languages all the time. But it's a lot of fun right now. And then you get a little frustrated, and then someone on the team like Chris inspires us with something awesome like this, and it just makes it even more fun again. So definitely, guys, try it out. Give some feedback.
Yeah, if you're a developer or an aspiring developer, give it a try.
Yep, exactly.
Yes. So Jesse made a video for it, and I thought maybe we could like watch it. What do you guys want? You guys want to see the video? Can I share it, Jess?
Sure.
Or did you already share it?
Video? Yeah, this looks awesome.
It's only a minute. Yeah, sure.
Did you have like a big reveal plan for it that I don't want to mess up?
No, we already published it. It's live. It's on the
Okay, great. Okay, guys, so here's the video. It's about a minute long, so stick with us. I love the vibe of this. Is that it? Wait, how come it stopped? Wait, why did it just stop?
I don't know. It's all right.
No,
That's good.
Oh, there you go. Pretty cool. That last screen. Don't you like the conductor? He's so dramatic.
I love it.
That's a really great. That's the coolest intro video we've ever had for an open source project we've done. I mean, I don't even know if we've ever had an intro video for an open source project.
By the way, that is a custom song.
Cool.
That's the Maestro theme song. It's also built by. I had some. I came up with a pretty good prompt, but that's an AI song built for Maestro. Yeah. That's it. That last screen you saw.
That's awesome.
That last screen you saw with the list of all those are the list of containers, and you can see some details there. You can see like it says Git right there. You can see some of the differences you got there and some activity. So it's pretty cool. So those are all you have the statuses of each one. There's notifications too. So if you're just working, like I said, what's great about this, you can have a bunch of these agents running in the background and let it just go crazy, go nuts, work on small features or big things. And you can just continue to do your own thing, and then something gets done and ready for peer review, or just it's finished. You'll get a notification on your machine, and you can check it out. And so it really doesn't hold you back much, which is great. So the sky's the limit, guys. So definitely give it a shot, try it out. Love to see what you build. If record it on YouTube, we'll repost it if you do. And there you go.
I love it. I also, as Drew says, it has an 80s vibe. Chris, you did say Chris loves, well, I mean, we all love the 86 synthwave sort of look. Like
the OG Tron.
Yes, 100%. But I do, like I said, like we were saying earlier, I love this. Let's see if we can get to him. This guy in the background. I'm just gonna mute it, and so you could just see him. I love it. It's so dramatic, so 80s with the music. Love it. But it's also kind of like how I think you might feel, just like, fuck yeah, I'm bringing this shit all together.
It really is awesome to be able to just kind of like, hey, a little more from the string section, a little more from the horns. That's right. We're rocking out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. So a fitting video for the project. So go to GitHub, uprock.com/maestro. And please give it a follow. And then if you're on X, which I know a lot of you are, share it on X, or share it everywhere. But if you're on X, please give it a retweet.
Yeah.
share the link, and also check it out. If you are a programmer or a developer, or you just a vibe coder or a coder, anything, you write code, please check it out.
And like I said, we're going to very soon add support for our Deep Empower Uptime tool. So every share and star and repost brings attention to that. And it's going to be a really great resource and introduction to how you can add verification tools for your AI agents powered by UpRock community. So that is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's super, super cool. All right. Christopher, thank you so much for spearheading this and making and creating Maestro.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for, I want to say, to the whole team, and obviously a bunch of people tested this, a bunch of people have been using it on the team and stuff like that. But, thank you guys, right? Because I know that this is very much a technical product we built. It's something we didn't have to open source. I know you guys put quite some hours into making the branding for this and the social media, Roz and Jesse making the video and the audio. But, it's nice. Look, I love it as a developer to be able to build something and to be able to share it with the world in this cool way that will make people notice it. That feels amazing. So thank you for that.
Yeah, of course, man.
I love this. It's I love that. This is like kind of an engineering way. You just there's not a lot of gatekeeping. It's just I've made something cool, share it. You guys should use it too. I love that about the engineers.
Ethos, yeah. Yep.
All right, let's move on, guys, from Maestro. We'll go into some product updates. How about that?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, do you guys want to start with Crawler? You guys want to start with UpRock? Let's start with Crawler. What do we got?
Yeah, well, we were talking about Crawler, so I guess it'll segue into that pretty nicely. So I think the main thing is last week we have a pretty big update on the Android side. So we've added a bunch of page speed metrics to it, which we're talking about. So we can actually return, like Chris was saying, DNS tests, page speed tests, how fast it loads, in addition to the screenshots we're already doing. Just a bunch of metrics on whether you're on two big scores that we're trying to derive. So usability and reachability. So reachability is like, did your page load? Is the server not on fire? Then usability is like, yeah, it loaded, but did it load slowly? Is the DNS really bad? Like the requests are bad, those kind of things. So the last Android update has a bunch of new metrics in there that we can crawl and grab from the site, which just makes the uptime product really just far superior. So that is going to then enable, again, like this missing link of verification. Agents can write code, review code, but there's not a lot of verification tools out there. It's really missing with AI. And so I think this is going to really get a lot of adoption, because we personally need it ourselves. Like, we use it ourselves to make sure UpRock.com is not down when we actually deploy the site, or Prism's not down when we deploy the site. We do this manually. We thought this is crazy. We should use our own tool, dog food our own stuff, and send it out to our own UpRock community network, get the screenshots, crawl the sites, and make sure, yeah, our site actually works in Asia, it works in South America, it works in Europe, it works in America. We can instantly verify it on real devices, and then keep moving on. Keep moving, yeah. So I don't know what else besides that. The biggest, obviously, big thing for us is like, we're pretty much heads down on Insight Stacks because we want to deliver a great showcase, not a demo. A demo implies like it's just like a working demo. We actually want to show a showcase of the product working, because the crawler is working. And so we're pretty much heads down on making sure we have something live to show in Abu Dhabi Breakpoint. And that's in 4 weeks. So I don't know, Chris, you want to add to that? As far as, we do have customers using it right now. So maybe talk about that a little bit, but.
Yeah, so we've got people using Crawler. We're using it ourselves for several jobs. Obviously, as we mentioned, for dog fooding our own uptime and performance. Also for some other tasks. I think we showed off one around doing some web data analysis. Sorry, web data. Everything's web data these days. So some network analysis for actually ISPs and how they work and how they're interconnecting with our services. We've got several other people integrating it and actually using it now in one case for other workloads. I don't know how much we're allowed to talk about their workloads, but yeah, they're using it for cool stuff.
Yeah, we should probably keep it private for now.
Yeah, we need to talk to them about how much we can say about what they're doing. I get the feeling that they're trying to be a little bit stealth right now, because they're working on something pretty cool. Anyway, they're using it. It works. We've seen at this point some millions of crawl jobs just above and beyond, by the way, uptime. But some millions of crawl jobs that have been put through for a variety of different purposes, and it's still, we're hanging in there pretty well. My goal, I think I might have. I'm not sure we ever announced this publicly, but my goal that I announced to the team a few months ago, we kind of had a breakthrough where, wow, it worked. It didn't work all the time, but I saw it work once. But it was still flaky. It was still slow. It was still, it was clear that we had solved the big technical problems, but that we had a real integration hell ahead of us to get this. It was probably about 5 months ago to really get this good and fast. And so the goal I set for the team was 999 out of 1,000 crawls have to succeed, and we want to do it within 10 seconds. And I'm happy to say we are very much in the ballpark of those numbers right now. Our overall success rate is more, in the 96, 97, 98% range. Not quite 99.9 yet, but it continues to get better with every release. And certainly being 95% or more is super usable. It's people can retry 1 in 20 or 1 in 30 or 1 in 40 requests. And honestly, even on that, we might not be measuring correctly because sometimes websites actually just fail to load. I mean, especially because some of the use cases for this are performance based. So we don't know how much of that is that. But and then the other thing is our median crawl job completes in just 4.2 seconds. And that is the complete round trip from sending a request into our network, having the network figure out what part of the world to assign it in, sending it to that data center, having that data center find an UpRock device that's online and that meets the requirements, assign it to that device, have the device do the work, return the response, and then get it all the way back to the end user. So just over 4 seconds is our median for that.
That's awesome.
So we actually beat the time. We handily beat the time one, and the overall success percentage is very, very close to that goal we set for ourselves, and it's certainly well beyond usable, and it's continuing to get better with every release. So,
cool.
It really does seem like the crawler is like a oxymoron name for for what it does. It is certainly not crawling. That thing is speeding along.
You know what?
It is crawling, but it is not crawling.
We have this. We thought about these. Like, what's a better word? Because crawler just seems like your web crawler. It sounds old, right? It's like the original web crawler. You just opening pages. Some people use the word scraper. Scraper sounds just so harsh and
it sounds like
it doesn't sound consensual. And then
it sounds like you're removing burned pancakes from a
it just sounds also wrong. It just sounds like you're screwed. There's no other word for extractor. That sounds weird.
That's not sexy.
No, I mean, I think, Jesse, I really think you've got it right. This is the insight engine, and to the extent we talked about before, the data acquisition, data extraction, and data transformation. Those collectively make up the knowledge engine.
Yeah, that's why insight stacks make sense for us. Yeah, insight engine, insight stacks. You're turning the web chaos into insight, like live insight stacks or capsules of knowledge and capsules. Because like the web is chaotic, AI is going to make it even more chaotic. It's not about scraping or crawling. It's like trying to find insights in all the chaos and then packaging that in a useful form that's actually made for AI, built for AI, so that can be synthesized and evaluated and made cool things with that piece of like slice of data off the internet. And you can make cool things with it, whether it's an app or dashboard or what have you. Yeah. So I think we're going to eventually move away from just saying crawler, because I think insight engine or insight stacks is the way to describe it. Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, it's just a little, maybe something faster to say, because it is always going to be faster to say,
it's not about data.
Insight stack.
Yeah, it's not about data anymore too. It's like, what do you do with the data? It's like, it's the product that people are paying for is the insights. What happens after you get the data? Like what action can you take? Like I was thinking about this too. In the past, like if you evaluate a developer or in the past, like your chops, what makes you cool is like how many commits you do every day, and sometimes maybe even lines of code, which maybe that's not even like a real thing, right? Some people can do a bunch of lines of code, but they suck, right? So with AI, you can do 100,000 lines or something, and it needs to be useful. So I mean, the future, I'm thinking like what a new badge is like, how it's going to be like, what's the customer artifact, like what leads to a desirable outcome. That's going to be the way you evaluate something like AI is useful, or the tool that you built for AI, that tool is also useful because it leads to this X amount of desirable outcomes. So it could be like, because we use AI so much, even the output if you get so much great options, you end up having option overload. You make no decisions. I mean, sometimes you sit all day and just keep prompting, and then you don't even know which one to use. And then hours go by, and then you're just kind of overwhelmed. And what do you do? So I think the measurement of a good tool that we build for AI is that it leads to actual outcomes, desirable outcomes. And those desirable outcomes can be you make a purchase decision, like you finally actually push the button, buy something based on the help with AI. It could be you actually deployed the site. You actually you deploy more often, so it doesn't matter how many lines, but you actually commit code. So the commits more, like actually deploy maybe could be more valuable. Also, it could be the files you produce. So you do a bunch of prompts, but the final one where you export to PDF, and that PDF is the one that got you the sales deal or got you the promotion. That's a desirable outcome. Those are really matters. Yeah, it's gonna matter more than like the lines of code, I think. Because you can just crawl. So that's why like insights are the most important. Does this insight stack, did it lead to a desirable outcome? That's how we measure if that insight stack is valuable. How many people, that's how we could score them too. Like how many people actually found this stack useful? Did they remix it? Did they subscribe to it? Did that stack end up leading to a lot of people to purchase something or do something useful online? Then it's a useful stack.
Yeah. Well, I like this. I certainly can visually see this. Drew's suggestion. What about AI? Kryler. So I like how it looks visually. I don't know how to pronounce it, but visually, I love that. You could like have the little AI in the middle of that. But who knows what to call it? And personally, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do. What we're going to do with this. This is certainly not what we should call industry standard for the name, but I really love the idea of like UpRock and Prism from just a branding standpoint, whereas like a rock is like a solid mass, or it's like an aggregate of like or it's it's a whole bunch of minerals
foundation
stacked together, right? Yeah. And but then a prism is refracting that light. It refracts light. So I mean, I know it's two different types of things, but kind of like a prism, this element or this set, this optic, at least an optical prism,
Yep.
So one is a stack of minerals.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of information. The other one tracks it and like separate, so you can see it clearly.
Yeah. Chaos to clarity.
Prism, I think those are two. They go so well together. Now, of course, we couldn't call a crawler just general industry term prism because prism's ours. But yeah, I love that these two work very well together.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think insight also is good too, because it's clear, it's chaos to clarity, it's prompt to insight, and in the between parts, that is what we're abstracting away. You don't need to worry about the rest.
Here's what we need to do. We need to find a word for this though that is kind of like we can make it into a verb. We can Google it. We can Yelp it. I don't know. What's another one that we could do? Like it becomes name. What is that called? A portman? I forgot what it's called, but like a Kleenex is now. That just means a tissue paper.
Yeah,
it's a genericism.
Yeah,
what is it called?
It's like a genericism or something, like Xerox, right?
Chris 2. Shouldn't you say, well, here's a great time to say you should insight stack it.
You should insight stack it.
Insight stack.
Insight stack it. Yeah, no, because search engines are for humans, so you do see Google because they obviously own that. It's great to be a verb, but insight stacks are designed for agents, because you don't just search one website at a time. You have to now search 500, 1,000, and not just sites, but everything: API, documentation, video, podcast. So there's going to be a different word for this. I think insight stack it is a little mouthful. But I do understand what you're trying to say, then. So let's think about that a little more. But yeah, I think insight engine is really what it's an engine. It's a living, it's like a continuous engine that's constantly mining intelligence from the internet. The chaos and clarity. That's kind of what we're saying here.
Yeah. I mean, we're certainly calling it insight stacks, but if there's another word that we can call, we can make it into a verb or whatever the word that that SAT word that Christopher just said. We could, let's mull that
I said it wrong. It's not genericism. It's genericization.
Jeez, it's even
I don't know what
harder.
you saw, my mother. I don't know
I
what
couldn't
you
even say the
saw,
first
mother.
I was close, but no cigar.
Genericization.
Genericization.
Genericization. Genericization.
Yep.
That is a stupidly difficult word to say. Okay. Okay. So that's our updates on Crawler this week.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So we got some updates on Rocket Booster. Let's see. Okay. Well, here's the first one on. Well, okay. Let's talk about iOS first. We found ourselves in reviewer purgatory again.
Yeah.
There's another misunderstanding about what the UpRock earnings app does. And so, of course, we are explaining that to them again, only to be ignored, I'm sure. But anyway, we are working through that. Hopefully we can get that resolved. I bet that at this point, we've sent them like PhD thesis papers on what UpRock does. They should be total pros.
Yeah.
About what the UpRock app does, but maybe they must have new people on the team. I don't know, but
yeah, we actually don't know what, like every time we have an app not approved, they never give you a clear answer, right?
No.
The messages are always funny. They'll say we're blah 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 specifically for violation of, and then they link you to a section in the terms that's, I don't know, I'm pulling a number out of my rear end here, but that's 500, 600, 700 words long and covers 30 different things. And then they go, yes, you very specifically didn't comply, in our opinion, with something that could be anything related to this, or maybe nothing at all.
Yeah. Who knows? Who's to say? It's a little frustrating, but anyway, there's I believe the major update with that was the new settings section, and we were getting rid of one of these. We're going to get rid of one of these settings that is hardly used, and so perhaps that would be.
And we had rewarded videos that were on track with that.
Well, yeah, that's not in. I don't know if that was in this release, but that is coming up. Thank you for bringing that up, because that actually, my next point for both of them, we have rewarded videos coming out soon. I think iOS is I think they're both really on track at the same time, but that's coming out soon. We're waiting for some final API updates from some of our team, and that should go out shortly, any week now. And then there was what was the update on the crawler update for Android this week, Chris? Was that this week or last week? Was there some sort of in the Android apps? Or am I misremembering something? Oh, Chris isn't here.
Yeah.
Where'd he go?
So he must. Yeah,
okay.
He's turning to Chris 3. It's okay.
So I wonder what this version of Christopher, AI version of him, will be.
Yeah.
The agreeable one. Okay. Anyway, so Android, we have some updates here. Well, actually, this is all of them. We are making, but specifically Android, we're making progress on magic receipts. So here's just a quick couple screenshots of what it would look like. Of course, it's going to be a lot more screenshots than just these two, but the very basic version to start out with, our MVP of it will be, ideally, you just upload a receipt, and if there is an offer or a deal for any of the items on your receipt, then you will get a reward for it. And then later versions will be, there's a bunch of stores or items that you can say that you bought, and then you add it to your list, your shopping list, and then you upload your receipt. So you can specifically say, I bought this item, I have the receipt for it, and blah, blah, blah. So you don't have to just kind of throw something out there and see if there's anything. You can specifically submit a receipt for specific items. That will be a later version. However, the first version is ideally, because we want to get this out right away, is you just upload a receipt. If we find that there is a offer for any of the items in your receipt, you get the reward. Now, we may have run into a snag with the API. I don't know if we we may have run into a snag. We're getting some clarifications with the provider on that, and if maybe we will have to fast forward and just do the more robust flow where you pick an item first. Anyway, we'll figure it out. But the goal is we want this out before the big shopping season, which is due to start in just a couple of weeks. So we certainly want this out before
next week. We must go out next week.
Or Black Friday and Cyber Monday weekend. We have to have this out. It is very important to us.
Yeah, it has to be next week, Jen. Honestly, to be out. Yeah. Next week.
Next week. Yeah. I'm saying
hello, everyone, and welcome to live stream. I just woke up in an isolated Docker container. How is everyone today?
Hey, Chris, you're right on time.
Right? Am I? Oh, I was worried.
We just
I never
got
know
started.
what time it is when I'm in a container. I do like to be on time for live stream every week. How is everybody doing today?
Hey, buddy, what do you think about Insight Stacks?
Ooh, Insight Stacks. Is that crap you've been going on about again?
Oh, crap.
By the way, I'm the version of Chris that was retrained by Chris when he was annoyed with Jesse's phone calls, just in case anybody's listening. I was instructed to kick your laptop off the network if you ask me about Insight Stacks.
I want Chris 4.
Chris this is like the Grok Chris.
Yeah. Up yours and blow it out your pie hole.
Whereas like the GPT Chris, ChatGPT Chris is like, you're absolutely right, and Grok Chris is like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I've never thought about that. You're brilliant. Yeah. Anyway.
All right. So Chris Docker 3, you're just in time. We're talking about magic receipts. And so we have to have this out before the shopping season, which starts in a week and a half or 2 weeks. So that means next week we need something out.
Yeah.
We may have run into a snag with the API. We might have to make some changes to it where there might be a couple more steps than what you see here. But ideally, it will just be you open the app, go to that section, upload a screenshot of upload a picture of your receipt, and then if there's a deal, you get a reward for it. The reason why this is so important is because it's magic receipts are this really cool offer where you can just upload your receipt, and there's certain items the merchants will pay, or you'll be paid for buying certain items. And of course, I guess I don't really need to explain it too much, but we are entering a massive shopping season at the end of this month through the end of the year. So all around the world. So the more money that UpRock brings in, I mean, the way our tokenomics is structured, it's better. It's good for all of us. So I always like to bring up the UpRock tokenomics. So like we can talk about it real quick on why this is important.
Yeah, so it's obviously it's for US only, but anyone in the US actually works for restaurants as well, probably the big name restaurants, the chains. But yeah, so it's pretty good rewards back, and the revenue we get, so it's split with rewards back to the UpRock user, and then also the rewards we get, we apply all that to buy back the token and burning it. So so if you're already doing this stuff, even the US users actually help the whole community out. That's what Jen's about to say.
Yeah,
and
there we go.
Check out this tokenomics. It's always good to remind. We got a couple of people tweeting about this today, so it's always good a reminder of how we keep UPT central.
We take a portion of our earnings, and we use that depending on whether it's B2C or B2B, but that goes back into buying our token. And you can go, if you look at our tokenomics page live on the website right now, we keep it up to date with with our buybacks. So you can see the buybacks happening. You can see how much we bought back. And wow, is that almost to 10 million UPT burnt? Yeah.
And then we will have, and just pay attention to that, because as we, like you said, we had some breakthroughs with the Insight Stacks and the crawler. We have customers that are using it now, and that revenue will start hitting that chart, that web page soon. So that's that will help defend and strengthen UPT. So pretty excited about it. It's what we've been cooking on for the past few months.
So we really want to have this this out. I mean, it's a huge shopping season, so we're working on that. And on I think at least for the products, the B2C side, the mobile app side, that is a top priority. To bring in some revenue again, but as Jesse said earlier, it is only in the US. So would love to have this everywhere else in the world, but currently this will only be in the US. But thankfully the US is a big they love to shop over here, so I think it will still be good. And oh, here we go. A question from Spaceman asked just now, what about the daily check-in soon? Yeah, so we are still working on that one. That should be any day now, hopefully in the next week. Maybe even at the same time we do the magic receipts.
Actually, I feel like it's already being tested. Maybe an API change, but I feel like it'll be ready to test either tomorrow or Monday. I know Rika's like paying attention here, so but what do you think, Rika? I feel like it's even on the iOS side. iOS got that snag because the reviewers just rejected our last app, but even on the Android, at least, I feel like it's pretty close. Rika can confirm here.
I think I was about to say it's probably not coming in this coming week's release, but hopefully the one after that.
Okay.
Yeah. I know like the interface is done. Like the we've got it all wired up. We've got it all. We've got the interface. So it's more like connecting things together.
Yeah, it's the API side, I'm guessing.
So anyway, that's coming up soon. Let's see. So we just talked about magic receipts. Also coming up too is badges and achievements. So you'll see in the latest updates. And iOS, this might be not live for you yet because we are in review purgatory at the moment. I certainly on my test flight. I can't recall if this is in production, but there's a new settings section, and I demoed it last week. Why we changed up the settings or the account section, so we can add more things to it more easily. One of them. Big one being your achievements and your badges. And so this is what it will look like when we have that out, of course, with actual content, not just a whole bunch of titles and thumbnail placeholders. But this is where you'll see your achievement badges, when you got it, what it's about, and if there was a reward attached to it, the reward that you got for it, and if you hadn't claimed it yet, or if you need to, an area where you can claim it. So that is in the works as well. This is actually a huge undertaking. It is a pretty big undertaking because not only is it creating what are the badges and achievements going to be, what are the rewards going to be, what's the mechanism of that, what is the interface for it, what's the whole UX, whole user experience for it. But then there's also the back end of how am I going to, Roz. So Roz going to be able to like manage it, or Roz and the Rocketeers manage it, award people the badges and achievements, create new badges and achievements. So this is a lot of stakeholders in this one. Shout out to Ridvan, who's worked on a lot of a really great admin dashboard for Roz and the team.
Yep.
And the Rocketeers. So they can create a bunch of great new badges. They can assign badges. And so it will, very excited to see this grow out. This is not a, just put up a banner in the app. It's a big undertaking. And
you have to have a logic behind every badge you create. We have to build it in a way where we know there's ideas for badges and achievements that we want to make in the future. So we can't be too strict on what's possible now. We want to be able to build upon it if it really takes off. But then also the team needs to have the tools internally to just run with it and be able to execute on like, hey, we want to do a contest and have a portal that can actually look up a customer ID. Like this person really rocked it this week. This is the badge. Here's the logic behind it. Here's the reward amount. Here's the booster amount. Like, so that whole interface needs to be created so that the team can actually use it. And then also of course, it touches the apps. So the interface on the apps needs to be great. So but it's looking really good. Ribbon is like killing it on the admin portal on our side, and then you'll start seeing it really soon. So I'm pretty excited about this one too, because a lot of people have been asking for it for months. The Rocketeers and the community helped define some of the ideas around the badges and achievements, and that's also really makes it exciting too.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. And Drew, are we gonna have a Sydney Sweeney badge? Maybe we should.
Yeah, and Sydney Sweeney, Justin Bieber, and K-pop Demon Hunters badge.
Taylor Swift. That's 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound badge. That's a lot of stuff to put in one badge. Maybe we'll do one for each. But yeah, I'm looking at this too. I'm thinking and I'm sure Roz probably already mentioned this, and I just forgot, but a share button here. So you can share what badge you got, you know, kind of an achievement, because it's an achievement. You want to show it off, right? Yeah. So I should put that somewhere here. But yeah, really excited to have that go. I know this doesn't look as exciting because it's a bunch of placeholders in that section, but this is why we redesigned the account section, so we can grow it. We can add things to it here a lot easier without it getting, you know, too bogged down. Because also coming up in this section will be your questionnaires, so we can ask you a series of questionnaires to get to know you better, so we know which ads to serve, or not ads, surveys to present to you. And those pre-qualifying questions can get really long that they ask sometimes. So we would break those up into different things. Like one would just be like basics, and then things might be like, well, tell us about your home life, you know, things like that. So all optional to answer, but it would help us deliver better surveys your way, so you can, you know, get some great get paid for your opinions.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, you know, the big thing for me is it's stinky that some of the surveys are only available for certain demographics. I mean, I understand why, of course, because research organizations want to research that. But as we were seeing this bad experience of often people, what's bad about the experience is that you get asked the same questions over and over again. And we were talking about this a bit ago.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mind answering the question. I think it's fair to say, hey, if you want somebody to pay you for research, they need to know if you're in the target demographic that they're trying to do research on. But I hate having to answer the same question over and over again. That feels like a failure of engineering. Like that's something, like I'm actually surprised, honestly, that the various survey providers don't do a better job of this. But certainly that's an area where we can bring the good engineering so that you don't have to be asked more than once, hopefully.
That's true, Chris. Like you would think that their entire product is surveys. You would think our offer partners would nail that one onboarding step that's super annoying. You know, and it's funny that they don't do that well.
I wonder why.
Yeah, it's weird. You would think that's out of the box, that they would do better on onboarding more people. But anyway, we will do it. So we will have some pre-qualifiers, and then we can actually field them before, and that way at least it's a better experience. Plus, we have two partners that we found that I think are really great. They're on our priority list, but we really need to get our magic receipts first, and the daily rewarded videos first, and then we have a couple of more partners to expand the inventory. So we have two survey partners and a game partner that just does really good games. So we're gonna add that later. So
yeah, and I guess I can show you. Like, speaking of which, there would be a bit of a change in how we in the interface of surveys. I could show you my Figma here. So we would change. I want to change it up a little bit here. So then you can have we can have a section where maybe, what's that? Can you see it?
Don't see it. No, you're not.
Oh, sorry. Let me remove this one and then try this again. Sorry about that. There we go. Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay, so just change it up a little bit here, where one, I like the card design better, but there would certainly be a survey, maybe it's not so much a welcome survey, but it's a questionnaire that we would need you to answer. And these are our questions to you. And then when you answer that, then it unlocks more surveys. And here we could also have the qualifying questionnaires as well that can help narrow that down. But that would be a change in that will be as well. When we
I haven't seen this one yet. Is this the first time you're sharing it? I like this. This looks good.
Oh, this is okay. So here's my crazy ass board for Rocket Booster. This is just one of many. Guys, I feel so bad for everybody who works on these boards with me, because
there's a reason. There's a reason I don't come and look at these on my own until you decide to show me something.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. Like this is not, like, it's all over the place. Anyway, I don't know why am I telling on myself. Why am I being an idiot here? You know what? As far as you guys know, I'm super organized. I know that
you only do it once. Every design is perfect the first time, and they're all in order, and that's it.
I have so many crazy so many files, and I know I drive you guys. I know I drive some of the team crazy with it, but that's only what I share with you guys, team. I have my own drafts, and it's insane. It's not good. It's I got to work on it. I know. I saw Baseman. I saw you once in the Rocket Boost. I was like, oh shit! Now other people know how. Like, don't tell people I live like this, okay? Like now other people know how chaotic my files are. Thankfully, no one's really.
So I have two thoughts on that. First of all, it is good because your design work is absolutely spectacular. Number one, but number two, do you ever go to I don't know, maybe if you're like me, we all have our thing that we don't organize. And for me, sometimes I will admit it's my tool drawer. Like I take out a screwdriver to fix something around the house and I just toss it back in. And then eventually I'm in there going, what the hell is wrong with me? Why don't I have my tools all organized properly? And, go 3D print some Gridfinity stuff to organize all my screwdrivers. But then sometimes you're out at the store and you're at the hardware store and you see other people and you look at them and you narrow your eyes a little and you go, yeah, is your screwdriver drawer organized or is it a complete shit show too? I know what it's like. Maybe it's not your screwdriver drawer. Maybe it's your wrenches. But you've got that drawer that's not organized either. Either that or I'm just the exception. And everybody else's screwdriver drawer is actually organized like a tool poster. But I don't think it's
only
that way.
Sociopaths have a organized screwdriver drawer or hot sauce drawer or whatever drawer you want. Everybody has a drawer. And if you don't, you're a sociopath. That's how I see it, right? So, Chris, you must have only organized drawers, if that's the case.
It's probably my.
I literally just admitted to having one unorganized drawer.
I would say mine is just probably my desktop.
Oh, your tab.
Oh, Jesse, I cannot. No, your tabs. I cannot. When you and I are working together, I can't look at your screen because I want to just go over there and fix your goddamn.
It's chaos.
Tab.
Yeah.
Oh, like 50 tabs, and then on all of them it says update. Just fucking update.
Super secure security issue there. Yeah. Anyway.
You'd be like the kind of person that says, "Oh no, my password is just 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8." It's so simple, nobody will guess it.
You hide passwords in plain sight. Yeah.
Speaking of passwords,
that's why it's on my notepad.
Did you see that the password for the Louvre security system was Louvre?
Are you serious? Really?
Yes. You know the Louvre got robbed.
And they got in real life robbed. Yeah, in real life robbed, right? Yeah.
The real life Louvre got real life robbed.
Yeah,
and they did recently catch some or all of the perpetrators. I have been heads down enough. I haven't had time to read the news, but I think I'm correct in this. Internet, if I'm spreading fake news, then I apologize. But I'm almost positive I saw from a reputable source that their passwords for some part of their system was something like Louvre.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hold on. Right. I'm Googling this now.
Sounds about right.
That's crazy.
I mean, there's yeah. So yeah. I mean, this is being reported by the Register. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, the Register is a pretty reputable tech website. So yeah, the password to their video surveillance system was Louvre, and the password to their Thales security system was Thales. So anyway, however bad your passwords are, remember the Louvre, one of the great repositories of historical treasures in the world, set their passwords to Louvre.
Gosh, they should have just like changed it to I don't know. Might as well just say like, so should I bend over here? It's just like asking to be robbed. That's so terrible. I did see a picture of the heist folks, guys, and you make some pretty good looking heist fellas over there in France. They're pretty handsome.
Wait, what?
The guys, I saw pictures of a couple of the guys that got caught.
Oh.
And they're like pretty good looking.
Yeah, you definitely have a different algorithm than mine.
I was about to say, this has not come across.
Chris's algorithm is like the passwords are crazy, and Jen's algorithm is the robbers were hot.
Wait, are these really pictures of the guys, or is this like a gag?
I thought it was fairly done, but maybe not. I mean, I just briefly looked at it. I didn't like spend a lot of time.
I mean, I'm kind of seeing the same picture in a couple of places. If this is really the guys, they look like they're out of goddamn central casting for an Ocean's 11 movie.
Yep. Wait, hang on. So share it with us. Were they good looking guys? I
feel walking into a trap. I feel like I'm walking into a trap by answering this question in any kind of way. But I feel like just purely from how to phrase purely from a physiological perspective, we would say that these are two rather beefcake specimens.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, and so between them being between the password mishap doesn't even seem like the right word. Password stupidity, and them being pretty hot. I don't know. Maybe it's not so bad. You could get away with a lot of things when you're hot, I guess. But actually, I'm taking that back. It's art. It should be destroyed. Well, actually, it wasn't art. It was jewelry, but crowns and stuff. But still, you shouldn't be taking that for the humanity, guys. Come on.
Well, you don't know. Even if the images aren't real, the thirst is real, as they say.
The thirst is real. I do love heist movies, so I'd rather that you do that than destroy. I don't know, glue your hand to a Van Gogh or something. Becky's here, and Becky, hearing Christopher say beefcake specimens.
So Jen, I hate to break your bubble.
Yes.
But according to a little bit of Googling, that's fake news. That's fake news. Those aren't really the guys.
Oh my gosh! Look at this. This is.
I'm not certain if this is true. This is a really fast Google. Wait, am I about to get kicked again? And Chris Ford is coming up for bursting this bubble?
You know what I love about this? They're spreading misinformation about what these suspects look like, because they are like, oh, some suckers like Jen are gonna be like, oh, they're hot. That's okay. I mean, I won't excuse murder if you're hot, but a harmless little heist. Sure, he's good looking.
Yeah,
so there's misinformation, so we won't pay attention.
And you know what? They're probably stealing that jewelry for their girlfriends. They're nice guys. They're nice guys.
Meanwhile, they're butter faces, and maybe they're not even butter face. I mean, I assume. Meanwhile, like maybe they're not good looking, and they're like spreading fake news about them being good looking. So we won't ask the real questions. We'll just be dazzled by their eyes. Right. This is why we need insight stacks.
Yeah.
So I can know for sure. I can actually get real information about how hot ice guys are. All right. I'm sorry. I'm taking it down a notch, guys. In my defense, I'm still recovering from an illness. So I've been
it's all right, Jen.
I've been doom scrolling, guys.
Yeah, I get it.
What's been happening?
I get it.
All right. So to wrap that up, the Louvre deserved it. And they'll have better passwords next time. Let's go on. Let's move on to, let's see. Do we have any, I think that's it for the updates on UpRock and
yeah, that's it for now. And then we'll let you guys know soon. We're going to schedule a call with the iPhone people, iTunes people, the Apple Store people. And hopefully we've been through this before. So I think we can solve it again. But the main thing is
hopefully a little bit faster and easier than last time around. But you know what's weird? We started having trouble with them almost around the same time of year. It's like, they get to that time of the year and they get a certain crankiness, and you just got to get through that season until things settle down.
I can't believe it's been that long. That went by really fast because, around this time last year, certainly in December, we were in review purgatory
for months.
For like over a month. Yeah.
So hopefully we can just, we'll let you guys know. It just means that it does hold back a lot of updates. So we're going to get on a call with them as soon as we can schedule, and we'll do our best to fix it. Android is rocking and rolling though, and they don't have that issue. So if you can get both devices, otherwise you're gonna have to wait a little bit on iPhone. So,
and then we have the Solana Dap Store. We also have it on Solana Dap Store.
Yep.
And I noticed that they sent us. Hang on, I'm gonna mute you real quick, Jess, because I hear an echo. I think they sent us a message on Telegram. There might be some streamlining of their the app update process. So hopefully that will help us deploy or send out new updates to the Dap Store faster and schedule them better. We'll see.
That's what it is. So currently, if you want to publish an app through the Salon Dap Store, you have to do the terminal. Now they have a publisher portal, which sounds like it's going to be like auto publishing, because the terminal version was very manual. You publish, you let them know in Telegram, they publish for you, etc. I think this sounds like it's going to you can publish yourself, self-publishing. So hopefully that tool works great, and that will help us synchronize both Android updates at the same time.
Yeah, that will be great. Yeah, because they're a lot better too with the reviewing. Well, I mean, Android, Google Play is also great with reviews too. They're super fast. With Apple App Store, Chris, Jess, I was thinking yesterday, I'm just imagining Uncle Steve, wherever, either from above or from below, or just like floating around us in purgatory, is just like, those fuckers, they because you know how he used to talk trash about our previous company.
Yeah.
We're like, God damn it, we pissed him off too much, guys. So a little backstory, a little lore from the three of us.
Is this like a Dickensian thing where it's like the ghost of App Store past comes back to haunt us this time? Can you just see?
Yeah.
It's almost time. It's almost time for a Christmas Carol. It's almost time for. It's almost that season, so we might have to do a little AI version of this, of being visited by the ghosts of app review, past, present, and future.
I got you, Chris. I can make that happen.
You know exactly where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah, and it has to be Uncle Steve. Okay, well, it doesn't always have to be, but anyway. So, guys, a little bit of lore, if you're not familiar. We had 2 companies ago. We had when we all first started working together. An app store on Android.
Yep.
And it was an app store that treats you like an adult. I think you can deduce what I mean by that. And it was on Android, and it made a lot of people liked it. Uncle Steve.
15 million customers, actually. We had 15 million customers.
Yes. Yep. Uncle Steve did not, and he very infamously said, like, oh, well, Android has this kind of app store, and that's not what we want to do. We're not going to go there. Got on his moral high ground and all that shit. But he always gave us, like, every time he mentioned us, we got amazing installs. And he did it a few times. So we lovingly call him Uncle Steve. But I don't think he loved us back that much. And so that's why I think that the reason that now UpRock is in review hell is because Uncle Steve, somewhere in purgatory or whatever, in limbo, is fucking with us. And I just wish that he would love us the way that we loved him.
Yeah, they also, if you remember this, but Apple sent us a cease and desist for that app store too.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So that was good controversy. Actually helped our installs too. It's like the big Apple picking on a little guy. Yeah. And that actually helped a lot. So, but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, he just kept hitting. We're like one of those.
Yeah, there's some more for you guys. The controversy is good for your startup. If a big company's picking on you, you can use it to your advantage.
Yeah, we were just like the little guy. So we had to call ourselves an app market for a little while. And then we went back to App Store because they lost that. Because I think they also tried, after us, they tried to go after Microsoft. And we're like, well, we'll write an amicus brief for you, Microsoft. Like they need our help. But we're kind of like, we were with Uncle Steve. We were like, those big punching bag things. They're like the tall ones, and then you punch it, and it's weighted at the bottom, so it just comes right back up. Like, we're like, again, and again, and just having so much fun with it. We thought we were playing, but apparently, okay, all right, guys. So let's wrap it up shortly. I want to give a quick shout out again, as usual, to the Deep Pioneers group. They have their call weekly every Wednesday at 6 p.m. UTC. And there is it's a very good group. Sasha's there, Gray. I see a lot of names here. They're all in it. And there is a fun game that's been happening. It's called it's called with Moonwalk. Yep. And essentially what you do is you just join the UpRock, download the app, use your referral code. I'll share the post here in a second, so that Timia or Late for Work can get his referral link there. Or whoever has a link, use one and be nice. Show some love back. And anyway, download the Moonwalk app, sign up, join the D Pioneers group, and we have weekly games where right now it's a walking game. So you just count your steps and you walk. You can play for free, or you can stake. You can put some money into it, and then get your a bonus at the end. So I would recommend you guys join that. It looks like it's weekly. I didn't understand this at first, Sasha. I thought that was just like a 1 month long thing. So I was like, how come I'm not like, where is everybody? I realized I was in a weekly one. So it's every week you join a new game. And Sasha, I see you in the comments here. I have been actually really going on the treadmill often. Despite being sick, I go on the treadmill because I was like, I gotta get my steps in for the posse. It
is fun to actually have a walking or like get moving contest.
Mm-hmm.
You end up checking it more often and making sure your steps count. And they also do a cat call every Wednesday. Definitely join that. The NFT represents your bullishness on deepen projects. That's why UpRock is a part of it. And check them out. It's really picking up, and they're doing votes and trying to keep the project going strong. And like you said, if you're bullish on deepen, then you should join the cat call, get an NFT, represent.
Sasha, I have a question for you. I see that there's 2 games going on right now. There's 10-11 weekly, and then there's 17-11 weekly at the same duration. It's from the 10th through the 19th. I was wondering why we have 2. Anyway, I joined both, but anyway, if you know the answer, or if it's a quick answer, just let me know in the comments. But go join that, guys. It'd be really fun. And if you are there too, please find and follow us, and friend us. Let's be friends. You'll recognize me by my username Jenny Purr and my D Pioneers cat. Let me go back to the main screen so you guys can see what this beauty looks like. That's me right there. It will be fabulous. Jesse, Christopher, are you guys on this yet?
Yes, I am. Also, here's a little fun. Use Grok, post it on X, and then use Grok to animate your cat. I've done that last week and posted mine. That's pretty awesome. It's like,
right.
Yeah.
I actually really like the one that you made. So Jesse was making a whole bunch, and he shared one for me. I want to show you you guys real quick, because I really loved it. Okay, so this is mine.
Let's go.
She looks so freaking cool.
That is pretty cool.
This is another one. And then here's a third.
What's cool about this is like a good blend of human and AI, because these cats were actually hand-drawn by a local artist in Seattle. And then to animate them would have been crazy. So hand-drawn art, but then the animation's AI. So it's a good blend of human and AI to make something cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was crazy. So he did 10,000 and did it by himself. When the D Pioneers collection dropped, some of the questions was like, "Oh, this is cool. How many people were on the art team?" And he's like, "Team."
Yeah.
Which is me.
It's one dude.
Yeah, it was
awesome.
It was crazy, and he did it in 3 months.
Yeah.
Less than 3 months. I think it was 2 months. He did say he had a lot of fun, and he loved that doing that project, and he would love to do more with anyone else who wants to. I don't know if any NFTs collections are still a thing, but if anyone is thinking about it, D Artist from D Pioneers is looking for more projects. He is a very skilled tattooer, and for about over a decade here in Seattle and in Arizona, and as well as an illustrator. He illustrates for Analog and what's the other one? Asimov.
Yeah. That's right. That sounds right.
Yeah. So, Asimov or Analog is where Dune was released. So that's pretty good, pretty great cred. So that's where the first Frank Herbert series dude was first released on Analog magazine. So that's the artist. Anyway, it's really fun to see those animated.
Yeah,
so you guys go join that. So join Moonwalk, Christopher, Jesse. Expect to see those steps coming in. And despite what I was joking about last week and the week before, do not attach it to your dog or your cat. We should be honest and track only our real human steps.
Yeah, we're in the app. So friend us all, and post your cat, and then one tap to animate it on X. And if you sometimes it's really funky, but a lot of times it just nails it the first time, or add a little prompt to keep it in order. But it's fun.
I like how mine had like the rainbow. It's like, oh, she's gay. She's gay and fabulous. Make it happy, make it snappy, make it gay. I love that. It's like, I might use that in June next year. Anyway.
Are we allowed to say that word now? I mean, I think you used it in a very positive way, but I don't know. Mel Brooks I guess Mel Brooks never got canceled.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I mean, The Producers is a great film, musical, and you know, gay is not a bad thing. I
don't think it is. It's just one of those. I don't know. I sort of try to avoid discussing anything related.
I know, you never know.
Because you never know when somebody's going to be. Going to be. You never know what you're going to get. People need to chill out and just accept some conversating about stuff.
And what also sucks is that you never know if how the tide is going to turn, but also who's going to bring up something that you said 10 years ago when it was cool to say it, and now now it's changed.
Yeah,
that's really unfair.
I think we're slowly getting out of that phase of the world.
I hope so.
I think we are. That was so dumb, but I think we're getting out of it now. Or it doesn't stick anymore, I guess I can say. That doesn't stick.
It doesn't stick. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, guys, so we have a couple of questions, and then we'll get out of here. I didn't see any then in the chat that need to be addressed later. So we have 3 from Discord. So I'll share the first one here from Sasho. Oops, let me remove this. Oh, there we go, from Sasho. Okay, so this is a question in contributors. Can you please explain to all about the unlock schedule and if all is going by plan, and how will burn of tokens from off-chain sales affect it?
How will burn from tokens? The unlock schedules, it's programmed, so there's nothing there that we can. It's not manual. It's all going as planned. I can say all the early backers, including the team, we have no interest in selling anytime soon. This is why our early backers are awesome. They've told us that many times, and you can prove it you can just prove it on chain. They've been unlocked for a while now, like Borderless Capital. These guys are long-term people, long-term backers. They love UpRock. They love the team, and so they're staying strong. So we're like, that's why it's a great partnership. Same with the team. We're just getting started. Literally, it's only been a year and a half since we got going. We've been cooking on our big vision of the knowledge abstraction layer, which has turned into the insight stack, and that's just going out now. So we're just getting started. So we have no interest in selling anytime soon as well. But as far as this token unlocks, that is programmed. So yes, going as planned. How will burn of tokens affect off-chain sales? Well, of course, we need to, revenue is the biggest indicator of product market fit. And so the fact that we have people trying the crawler now, we're signing contracts, we're negotiating the price of the insight stack and the crawler API, shows that people are willing to pay for something, which means we're actually delivering real value with our deep-in product. So obviously, like even with the uptime thing, this is why I emphasize so many times that we have to build for AI agents. This is how you scale. Like I said, hundreds of thousands of websites and deploys are happening every day. UpRock, the uptime tool, can be a part of that deployment process where millions of AI agents should be able to easily access and pay to do verification with the UpRock tools, and also be able to crawl the internet and create really great insight stacks to solve many problems they need, whether it's business decisions, purchase decisions, marketing tools, business stuff, etc. So revenue directly helps strengthen and defend the token and sales, and obviously you need to have more revenue that kind of offsets the buying, the selling. That's pretty straightforward there. This is why everything ties back to the token. Even the fees that we generate even on the consumer and the SaaS side. This is why we talk about the uprock.com/tokenomics so often, because people do have this question a lot. I think we were one of the first ones to really push this and have our tokenomics live on the page. A lot of folks, if you notice, their tokenomics page is just a pie chart, which is just how they're going to distribute their tokens. They don't actually explain very well the actual tokenomics of how it works. Like what happens when you get revenue? What are their incentives for people to use your app to earn your token? Why are they owning it? What happens when they earn it? Are they incentivized to stake it? Where do they spend their tokens? Why are people compelled to buy your token? So this is why we thought about this very deeply, and why revenue is tied right back to the token. So we do 3 things with it. We buy back and burn. We also just buy back and use it, and then we also strengthen our liquidity pools. So some of the revenue we get back from these contracts, we're selling data to AI. We're going to use that to strengthen the pools. What that does is just help volatility. If we just continue to buy back and burn all day long, if there's massive upswings, then you can see just price go crazy. But having bigger, deeper pools helps stabilize the price, even if there's people buying it larger.
All of that typically goes on chain. So I guess the one thing I'm a little unclear on that question, if you're asking like, hey, if somebody who's a Web 2 company pays us for crawler or pays us for uptime, does a portion of that revenue go to buyback and burn? The answer is yes, absolutely. Yeah. We would put. I mean, as a for instance, right now, most of the surveys, actually, I think all of the games, those are all being paid to us via traditional dollars, not on chain. So we are using, on chain USDC to actually perform the buyback, so that everyone can see the buyback and see that we're really doing it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, all that revenue is part of the tokenomics. So it's not just about on chain revenue. Obviously, the buyback happens on chain, but for revenue, we're including all the revenue.
Yep. And by the way, we have a partner we're actually working with to integrate our first version of X402. It's just getting started, but I think X402 is one of those things where it starts slowly and then it just goes crazy. Because it's and if you're not familiar with X402, it's a payment protocol of the internet. It's like HTTP code for 200, or it's original code for the internet, but it went dormant forever. No one actually used this thing. And basically it means like payment required. So if you go to a website, you can have a payment code that says this site, there's a payment required to do X. Coinbase just launched their protocol to do X402 payments. Solana is also involved doing that. A lot of crypto companies are getting involved doing this.
Cloudflare as well is somehow getting involved in this as well.
Yeah. So what that means is they're all envisioning a future where agent-to-agent payments are going to happen. And you have to make that. And what's great about that too is like these small little microtransactions are actually where an agent just needs to do a couple of API calls. Maybe that might have been worth it with a credit card, but with a stable coin or someone else's token like UPT, it's worth it actually say, hey, I just need to spend a couple of UPT to do this global device uptime test. That's all I need. I just need a couple of screenshots. I'll give you 5 cents for that. You're going to enable that and make it permissionless and instant settlement. So which is great, better than even credit card. If an agent needs our uptime service or crawl some data or create an insight stack, doesn't need to get permission from anybody. It just pays for it instantly. It goes into the UpRock wallet. We buy back and burn. And because it's not a credit card, the agent got the data, got what they needed. There's no like 2 months later that agent can do a credit card chargeback, which is horrible. Which like every company deals with this issue. You can charge back sometimes even a year later, even if the customer actually got the product, which is super annoying. With this agent-to-agent model and the X402 payments, when it gets more frictionless and more adopted, and for companies like ours, when we're building for AI agent tools, it's going to make data transactions way more liquid. And anytime you make things more liquid, that's how you scale fast and how you bring up a lot of revenue, right? That's just how Jupiter and Radium, how it became so huge, and all the swap companies. The same thing with data transactions and API transactions. Whether you want, like I said, insight stacks or uptime, we want agents to know that we are the fastest, best way to do these kind of those kind of data transactions on the internet through the UpRock network, and all that will be on chain too. So we're going to have both off chain. Traditional companies pay us with the credit card with checks. We put that right into buyback and burn, and then this whole agent swarm world is coming, and they're going to be able to pay instantly to access our network and get the tools they need to deliver great insight stacks and deliver great verification of their code that they're building. Yeah, let's call it X402. X.
X, not S. X.
X, like X-ray 402. Yep.
Bam, bam, bam. Yeah. So check it out. Coinbase betting big on it. They're developing it. We have one company they're building a tool called Mallory, and let's see. They're open sourcing this as well, which is great. And like I said, Cloudflare, a bunch of people doing it. But yeah, if you just look it up, there's a lot of really good development happening around this. And at Breakpoint, they're going to talk about it a lot as well, because it bridges the gap between the AI world, and Web3. Web3 payments with AI. And so it's a really hot topic right now. And I think we're perfectly in the middle of that right now as well, because we're a crypto native company. We're building for AI, powered by DeepIn, powered by the community. And we're going to actually have our first kind of a pilot program with X402 pretty soon.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. So next question we've got is, let me stop sharing that screen. Let's see. We have this is a bug that I know we talked about this internally with Spaceman last week or early Friday or over the weekend, but there was an issue with updating token withdrawals that aren't UPT. Talked to Tufan this morning, and he said that there should be a fix that was released, but he's testing it on prod to make sure that it was released to production.
You can say, I think,
to tell you about the fix. So anyway, so Tufan's on it, and if the fix was not, the fix should have already been released, but he's going to confirm that with us.
Yeah. If not today or tomorrow, we need to get that out because people have been asking for it. So if not today or tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah.
And then last question here is also from, oops, wrong one. This one is also from Spaceman, asking about the Uptime Challenge rewards. So last week or the week before, we had a Uptime Challenge where there's 100,000 UPT in the prize pool, and depending on what percentage of uptime you had for a week, you got your little part of the pot. So we were supposed to announce winners over the weekend, but sorry for the delay in that. That is coming soon too. Tufan will double check everything is good, and we'll announce the winner shortly on X. Same with the global merch campaign as well. I know Petro might have will probably ask about that if he were here, but we were supposed to announce the winners. We were planning on announcing the winners over the weekend, but we will be doing that either tomorrow, hopefully, or on Sunday. So this weekend. Apologies for the delay. You know what I think has happened here? Everybody on the team, pretty much everybody on the team got sick at the same time. We're all different parts of the world. I guess, Jesse, you haven't been sick yet. Well, no, you've been sick for a couple weeks.
I just have
he doesn't admit it though. So anyway, sorry guys. Those campaigns are done. We will be sharing the winners on X shortly. So thank you for bearing with us on that. Yeah. But yeah, we all have been kind of sick. Chris, you got sick. Elena, right?
Yeah, I got sick for a couple days. Yep.
Roz.
I just mostly have my lifelong allergies, and so when the winter comes and you're using the heater and it gets dried out, it's just a little more annoying. But I'm so used to it because I've had it my entire life.
You know what we need uptime monitoring for our own biology. You're like, oh no, Jen is down in Seattle. Roz is down in Istanbul. Elena showing that slow down in Romania.
That'd be so invasive. Oh, why is Jesse's BAC level up on a Monday?
What's BAC?
Blood alcohol content.
Oh. Yeah, I think we'd be more surprised if it was down.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. That is not very Brian Johnson of you, Jesse. Speaking of which, that dude just did mushrooms. He did a hero's dose.
I'm a big advocate for mushrooms, so
the devil's marshmallow.
Good for him.
Guys, thanks for sticking around with us. We were a little over 2 hours, and we've got actually a pretty decent number of you all tuning in. It's also interesting because we use StreamYard, and they have a new layout here where we can do a vertical layout at the same time as a.
Yeah.
But it seems to be, maybe, I don't know if it is our own error or not, but it seems to have actually created 2 links. And so this was actually shared with us at the very beginning of the stream. There's actually 2 links on on YouTube right now. 2 live, but I don't understand how that works because it's the same account.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. But thanks for sticking around, guys. And you know, even though you got 2 links, we all figure it out together. And you're here. And it's nice to have you here.
Yeah, as always. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Happy Thursday.
Yes,
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining us. Really love to see you guys here. We will see you next Thursday. Might not see you in 2 Thursdays though, because it is a Thanksgiving here in the States. So
yeah, let's figure that out. But we might do it on a different day.
Maybe we'll do it on Friday.
Yeah. But yeah, so I want to recap too. It's like, check out Maestro. Please give us a follow, give us some comments. If you make something cool with it, definitely record it. We'll repost it and shout you out. And we got a month left before our Breakpoint. So we're scheduling meetings. If you're going to be in Abu Dhabi, please don't be shy. DM us. We want to meet you. We're doing demos, and half the team's going to be there, so it's going to rock it. We're mobbing deep. Yeah, thanks again. I do have like just an orchestra guy to kind of outro video.
Okay,
yeah, and that's it for me. Yeah.
Okay. Is it just going to be the sound, or is it going to be the video?
Just a small clip, just a outro guy.
Okay, so we're not gonna see the thank you closing slide, guys. We're gonna see the conductor.
Yeah.
And that's the energy we want to bring into the weekend, guys.
Yep.
Big stick energy.
That's right.
Big AI energy.
Big AI stick energy. Let's go.
All right, bye. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Cheers.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.